that now we know there are three types of COVIDs. Native COVID, which is first time getting COVID, then COVID reinfection, and third is breakthrough COVID. So, can you tell our viewers what are these three types of COVID, and is it a myth or is it a reality? That's really the theme of the show. And for the first 15 minutes, we are only going to discuss about breakthrough infections as well as about reinfections, because reinfections are rare, but breakthrough has reasonably become common. So, Dr. Pandit.
The essential part for the readers to understand is to how to differentiate between these three types of COVID which we got. So one is the native COVID, the first COVID infection, the COVID infection which a person gets who is not been vaccinated before or who has never had a COVID infection before. He gets a COVID infection because of some breakthrough in his defense mechanisms. And I'm not talking about defense mechanisms at a cellular level. I'm talking about a defense mechanism at the protection which they are offer, which we all are supposed to take, which is masking, avoiding crowded places, as well as to go across and keep our hands sanitized as much as we can. That's the first breakthrough. That's the first defense breach. The second defense breach is obviously a cellular breach, where you actually get a COVID infection because you had a very high viral load which came and basically attacked you. So that COVID is very clear. The second COVID is the COVID which you get when you have a reinfection. Now, reinfection means you have recovered completely from COVID-19 and at least 2 to 3 months have gone by, and then you get another bout of COVID-19 infection, which is proven by an RT-PCR positive. Now, some people may argue that the RT-PCR can keep on coming positive for months together. What is the best way of proving that this is a reinfection? Well, the only short scientific way of doing it is that even in the first time we had actually got a gene sequencing for the strain with which the patient got infected, and the second time also we do a gene sequencing and find that there are two different strains which have been infected. That would be the very clear way of doing it. But in most of us, the clinical methods are good enough to identify a reinfection in 99.99% of the patients, because we know that patients recover completely, they have an asymptomatic period, they're back to their normal, and then unfortunately they have another infection. Now, the good part about it is that only a very small population actually has a reinfection. That's the good part about it, because the antibodies which the first infection gives you do provide you a reasonable amount of protection, at least for 3 months, maybe even longer for some patients. And there have been reports of antibodies staying up for at least 6 to 9 months as well. And that's why the Covaxin dosing, the Covishield dosing has been basically, or the Covaxin dosing after a COVID infection, if you are between the two doses, we always say that the second dose should be taken after the 3 months, not before that. The third, which is the topic of the day, is the breakthrough infection. A breakthrough infection means that your body's defense mechanism has been built by giving a vaccine. A vaccine is a process which helps your body to build the neutralizing antibodies which are required to actually kill the virus. And that vaccine, once it produces the antibodies completely, which is considered to be around 2 weeks after the second dose, if it's a two-dose scheduled vaccine. If it's a single dose vaccine, then we would at least be taking 2 to 3 weeks after the single dose vaccine. I'm talking about this because Johnson and Johnson is now coming to the market very well. It's got the EUA. It hasn't come in the market. And then after that, after your body's mechanism of defense has been solidly built, you get an infection. And that is called as a breakthrough infection. And that breakthrough infection essentially can be after 2 weeks of your second dose. Anytime after that, you get an infection when your immunity is considered to be strong enough. It's called as a breakthrough infection. So, sir, my question to you is: so I don't. So, to complete the answer, I don't think it's a myth. It is a reality that all these three infections can happen. Though, fortunately, the reinfection rate is lower. But we are seeing a number of breakthrough infections. So, why does the breakthrough infection happen, sir? Are vaccines supposed to stop the breakthrough infections all the time, or vaccines are only supposed to offer you good protection from a severe disease and death? What is it that the vaccines actually are working for?